way down. Blessed every day I didn't take my life. Now I get to look deep in my daughter's eyes. I don't care about the money or cars. Me, I wake up every day and give thanks to God. He was there for me when everything got hard. Never thought I would ever even make it this far, but I knew that someday I'll be free from all the stress. Cause I made my life a mess. And someday I'll break all these chains that hold me down. I'ma turn my life around. I shouldn't be here right now, should've been 6 feet. But for whatever reason, I know God picked me. I did things I'm not proud of, please forgive me. And to my fans, thank you for the love that y'all give me. Woke up with anxiety, devil inside of me. I know that he would lie to me, but I had fighting me. I remember every day living like it was my last. Living fast, didn't even give a damn if I crashed. Fast forward, got a wife and kids, and I got a whole lot of life to live, and I got a whole lot of love to give. Everybody has a purpose, you just gotta find it. Someday I'll be free from all the stress. Cause I made my life a mess. And someday I'll break all these chains that hold me down. I'ma turn my life
And that is a lot of people like, why is he doing awake at 5:37 in the morning? It happens a lot. And I just saw something on TikTok that stood out to me. So that means I'm reading something out of the Bible. You'll be okay there, dude. I don't pay attention to your comments, by the way. I smoke weed and pretty much talk about God a lot. So, since I got this music on right now, we're going to go ahead and jump on in this. Numbers chapter 15 and 16. I have no idea why I'm reading this, but we're going to find out here real soon. I just saw something about the second word of this chapter, Israel. Israel is what it really is, not Israel. Or Israel, or whatever they say. It's actually 3 words mixed into one. But we're going to go and see what this is about. While Israel was camped beside the Jordan on the plains of Moab, across from Jericho, which I just read about that a couple weeks ago. Jericho. The Lord said to Moses, command the people to Israel to give the Levites from their property certain towns to live in, along with the surrounding pasture lands. These towns will be for the Levites to live in, and the surrounding lands will provide pasture for their cattle, flocks, and other livestock. The pasture land assigned to the Levites around these towns will extend 1,500 feet from the town walls in every direction. Measure off 3,000 feet outside the town walls in every direction, east, south, west, and north, with the town at the center. This area will serve as the larger pasture land for the town. 6 of the towns you give the Levites will be cities of refuge, where a person who has accidentally killed someone can flee for safety. In addition, give them 42 other towns. In all 48 towns with the surrounding pasture land will be given to the Levites. These towns will come from the property of the people of Israel. The larger tribes will give more towns to the Levites, while the smaller tribes will give fewer. Each tribe will give property in proportion to the size of its land. I'm not going to say Jesus is God. That's one thing I'm not going to say. But I will say that there is a God. I am physical proof that God exists because my mom was told 50 years ago she could not physically have children. She had my oldest sister, adopted my brother, had me physically, and had my younger sister physically. When multiple doctors told her she physically could not have kids. So, alright, back to what I was talking about. Numbers chapter 15. The Lord said to Moses, give the following instructions to the people of Israel. When you cross the Jordan into the land of Canaan, designate cities of refuge to which people can flee if they have killed someone accidentally. Weird. These cities will be places of protection from a dead person's relatives who want to avenge the death. The slayer must not be put to death before being tried by the community. Designate 6 cities of refuge for yourselves, 3 on the east side of the Jordan River and 3 on the west in the land of Canaan. These cities are for the protection of the Israelites, foreigners living among you, and traveling merchants. Anyone who accidentally kills someone may flee there for safety. The Old Testament was old law, really. But if someone strikes and kills another person with a piece of iron, it is murder, and the murderer must be executed. Or if someone with a stone in his hand strikes and kills another person, it is murder, and the murderer must be put to death. This is talking about eye for an eye. Or if someone strikes and kills another person with a wooden object, it is murder, and the murderer must be put to death. The victim's nearest relative is responsible for putting the murderer to death. When they meet, the avenger must put the murderer to death. So if someone hates another person and waits in ambush, then pushes him or throws something at him, and he dies, it is murder. Or if someone hates another person and hits him with a fist and he dies, it is murder. In such cases, the avenger must put the murderer to death when they meet. Wow. But suppose someone pushes another person without having shown previous hostility, or throws something that unintentionally hits another person, or accidentally drops a huge stone on someone, though they were not enemies, and the person dies. If this should happen, the community must follow these regulations in making a judgment between the slayer and the avenger. The victim's nearest relative, the community must protect the slayer from the avenger and must escort the slayer back to live in the city of refuge to which he fled. Then he must remain until the death of the high priest, who is now anointed with the sacred oil. But if the slayer ever leaves the limits of the city of refuge, and the avenger finds him outside the city and kills him, it will not be considered murder. Wow. The slayer should have stayed inside the city of refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slayer must return his own property. These are legal requirements for you to observe from generation to generation, wherever you may live. All murderers must be put to death, but only if evidence is presented by more than one witness. No one may be put to death on the testimony of only one witness. Wow, they do not do this now. Also, you must never accept a ransom payment for the life of someone judged guilty of murder and subject to execution. Murderers must must always be put to death and never accept a ransom payment from someone who has fled to a city of refuge. Allowing a slayer to return to his property before the death of his high priest. This will ensure that the land where you live will not be polluted, for murder pollutes the land, and no sacrifice except the execution of the murderer can purify the land from murder. You must not defile the land where you live, for I live there myself. I am the Lord who lives amongst the people of Israel. Wow. This reminds me of the whole story of Moses, yo. He fled Egypt because he murdered somebody. So he went and he fled. So he probably went to another city, really, of refuge. But we weren't alive then. Who knows? Alright, Numbers chapter 16. This stands out big time. Women who inherit property. Then the heads of the clans of Gilead, Gilead, descendants of Machir, son of Manasseh, son of Joseph, came to Moses and the family leaders of Israel with a petition. They said, Sir, the Lord instructed you to divide the land by sacred lot among the people of Israel. You were told by the Lord to give the grant of the land owned by our brother Zelophehad to his daughters, but if they marry men from another tribe, their grants of land will go with them to the tribe into which they married. In this way, the total area of our tribal land will be reduced. Then when the year of Jubilee comes, their portion of land will be added to that of the new tribe, causing it to be lost forever reread that, but then when the year of Jubilee comes, their portion of land will be added to that of the new tribe, causing it to be lost forever to our ancestral tribe. So Moses gave the Israelites this command from the Lord. The claim of the men of the tribe of Joseph is legitimate. This is what the Lord commands concerning the daughters of Zelophehad. Let them marry alone they like, as long as it is within their own ancestral tribe. None of the territorial land may pass from the tribe to tribe, for all the land given to each tribe must remain within the tribe to which it was first allotted. The daughters throughout the tribes of Israel who are in the line to inherit property must marry within their tribe, so that all the Israelites will keep their ancestral property. No grant of land may pass from one tribe to another. Each tribe of Israel must keep its allotted portion of land. The daughters of Zelophehad did as the Lord commanded Moses. Mahiah, Tirzah, Haglah, Milcah, and Noah all married cousins on their father's side. They married into the clans of Manasseh, son of Joseph. Thus their inheritance of land remained within their ancestral tribe. These are the commands and regulations that the Lord gave to the people of Israel through Moses while they were camped on the plains of Moab beside the Jordan River across from Jericho. It's a little ironic I'm reading this story. Very ironic. Because the whole situation I'm in with my girlfriend and stuff like that. Plus, there's a tad bit of... I've done some research my daughter did 4 years ago on Ancestry.com, and we found out that one of my ancestors on my mom's side is Pharaoh Akhenaten. And there's a lot of claim and possibility that Pharaoh Akhenaten was the so-called Moses of the Bible. There's just a lot of similarities. Very similar. But it's just, there's no such thing as irony. I say ironic a lot because it's not even really a word. Everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidence. But yeah, I'm probably about to smoke a little bit and then go back to sleep. This happens a lot with me. In case you guys don't know, I would just pop up on here, read the Bible sometimes. Sometimes just talk. I'm a recovering addict. This beer can right here was the last beer I ever drank out of 4 years ago. This was my addiction of love. And I gave it up. I smoke marijuana. It's for my PTSD, my anxiety. It makes me eat. I haven't had any meth since April 23rd, 2024. I haven't had any cocaine since November 1st, 2025. We're going on a year, y'all. No pills illegally the wrong way. As far as snorting them, I haven't done that since September 1st of 2024. Yeah. So, cocaine was my second favorite addiction, and this is a record for me. It's almost a year. So, November 1st is going to be a hell of a day. For real. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to love it. I won't bullshit about it. But, I don't know, one of these days I'm going to tell my whole true story. Not true, but my whole story of my life. Maybe. But if you look back on every single video I've been putting on here for the last 2.5 years, or almost 3 years, you got my story. Every single video is part of my life, is part of my story. I've been doing these videos mainly because my youngest daughter's mom, Jess Stoner, cheated on me. Then got mad because I got high, even though she's a convicted felon of trafficking in methamphetamines, but got mad at me because I got high. Come on, that's the pot calling the kettle black, Jess. But I've been doing all these videos because I want my daughters to see me. Because they can't. My oldest one hates me. Even though we've been in communication, it's been awesome. And I'm still going to prove to her that her little sister is her little sister. I made a promise to Lizzie that I would make sure she knows for sure that her little sister is her little sister. So, Jess, yes, child support paperwork is coming very soon. Not gonna lie. So, I'm jumping off of here. Had a little smoke, had a little talk, read the Bible. See y'all later.